Don't go anywhere. If you can hear us, we'll be right back with that ladies final.
Yeah, exactly, folks. We'll be right back in the action in just a moment here. Nick Teixeira, Gordon Dixon, bringing coverage of the Tennessee Regional on the 38th Annual Tour. We'll be right back over. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We got a good one here. The women's final taking place on the dartboard here. Jessica Steele and Stacey McDaniel, and then Stacy Tulloch and Jennifer Carlton getting a rematch of yesterday's final. This should be exciting to see.
And look at that. What a start from Jessica.
She was on fire. She's playing with Joel Stockdale in the mixed trips last night, and between her hitting low tons or better every time and Joel just over there just looking pretty. I mean, it was a tough team, and that's why they ended up doing such a deep run and taking first in the mixed trips.
Yeah, I saw that picture on Facebook. I believe they beat Cheney, Bagley, and I apologize. I don't remember their female.
I wish I could help on top of my head, but with all the hair dye, my memory's not so good.
So only 34 from Stacy, but Jessica's gonna 6 dart this. I can't imagine there's gonna be too many woes here.
Yeah, and to give a little bit of the tail of the tape here, first round matchup was of these two teams, Cardle and 901 girls, which is Jessica and Stacy, coming out 2 straight. Since that has happened, Cartol has 2-0'd every single team since to get back over here. They have not lost a single leg since.
Oh, I thought she was going to be on the 6 darter.
I mean, she certainly is still on a 7 now. It's still, I mean, she's lights out. I mean, there's a certain discussion to start to consider of just how much the ladies' game has improved all around across the U.S., where, I mean, these 301 games are really blistering fast at this point. For a long time, you know, it still would kind of drag a little bit, but, I mean, these girls and the girls that you see on the feed nowadays, I mean, they're getting tougher and tougher and tougher.
Good shot there from Stacy. Finding a couple of bullseyes. No fear of a freeze. So you got to imagine Jessica's going to take this down.
And even if she doesn't...
Should mention Jessica and Stacy are queen seat holders. So they win this baby 2-0, and it is over.
Oh, good shot there from Jessica Steele. 37.63 points per dart in a 3-round game for her. I mean, that's impressive stuff there.
And Stacy going to have to come up with some of the magic that she had in that loser takes third match.
Yeah, I mean, let's not count Tulloch and Carlton out here, right? Because they literally did not drop a leg to any other team except the team of McDaniel and Steele. Not as strong of a start this leg, so let's see what they're able to do with the opportunity. And now McDaniel. See what she's able to do. I love her demeanor on the dartboard. She is just so serious and composed.
Oh, and all around it. So Stacy, couple of bulls, put herself in a really good position here to tie this match up. Otherwise, again, we're going to look at being done here in double quick time. 125, not the greatest leave in this format. Just going to have to find a trouble, but a finish nonetheless.
Yeah, and Tulloch's last dart there to get in between the two overhead darts to sneak into the bowl was honestly really impressive. Even though it's not an ideal leave, she just knows getting that score down is most important.
Jessica on a big finish. If she gets a look, will she even be able to? That's the question here. Stacy's got to find something big. And even then, it's probably still in Stacy's hand on whether or not she'll get to shoot it. She understood the assignment, but did not convert.
Yeah, Tulloch here. Let's see how she pushes the 1-2-5. Still stayed with the bull first approach and is now just going to try to focus on bringing down that score. Might want to consider switching in this last dart, though, and she does, because 21's a pretty rough finish to try to go for there. You're never going to shoot the trip 7 unless you absolutely have to.
Jessica with a couple of bulls. Again, she was frozen, so could not take out the 174. The 139, however, is a pretty straightforward finish in this format. 2 bulls and a trip 13. See if Jennifer can stay straight on her first 2. She cannot. So just big score here to bring it down.
That was a huge recovery, though. That was massive.
Yeah, great shot. Solidifies the position here in this leg. All Stacy can really hope for is to bring this down and to rescue on her next shot, because Jessica is going to be frozen.
Exactly. Stacey McDaniel needed at minimum a hat trick there, and for Tulloch to bust to leave Jessica steal a shot. So pretty much a wash on this leg, assuming Tulloch or Carlton finish the job here. Trip 12 for the fans. I'm just kidding. Good shot there from Stacy.
One apiece here in the first set of the finals of this ladies match.
Makes it interesting, though. No 2-0 sweeps happening at this moment. And Tulloch does get it there. So we'll see what happens. I mean, this is an ideal scenario for these ladies here. Cardle just needs to be able to stay true and hold a throw to get the first dip out of the way.
Yeah, should settle him down a bit. Stacy already part of a double dip in the singles. Will not want that to happen again.
Exactly, and that is Stacey McDaniel that had to go through that. Just to give an update on the third place match for the Pro Doubles 01, the Timmy Bagley and Joe Cheney versus Joel Stockdale and Donnie Lassie 1-1 at the moment here. When I talked to Donnie Lassie out there, almost got a hat trick. When I talked to Donnie Lassie out there, he's like, all I care about is getting Joel qualified for the Invitational. That is the only thing on my mind and trying to sort out my game, and that's all his focus has been. He doesn't care about anything else other than making sure Joel gets his shot. So interesting to see the motivation behind it all.
Well, it's not a bad goal if it in turn qualifies you as well.
I believe he's already qualified, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong there, or at least he thinks he's already qualified, and I didn't correct him. Tolik making it interesting. Hat trick there. Digging deep and getting out in front here. Potentially getting this first sweep done.
Yeah, big shot. Blink and you'll miss it with these ladies.
I'm telling you, the game for these women are really just improving. Their scoring power has gone up significantly, where when you have a potential 6-dart game, 9-dart game, almost every single time, I mean, it gets done quick.
Stacy needs to find some bullseyes. Stay in line here. And a hat trick. Great shot. But 95 is live. So for the first dip,
not going to happen yet.
She's not going to get a match start.
Now this is monumental. Jessica Steele needs to perform right now. Needs to find at least 2 bulls. Oh, doesn't connect on the last here. Does get to a pretty decent spot, but good chance that Jennifer can freeze now if she doesn't take out the 115, which she's more than capable of doing. Ooh, that's not a freeze. That is a huge misstep. McDaniel can just take it home right now.
Yeah, bull treble 15, and this match is over.
Yeah, a scenario that I don't think Stacey McDaniel expected to see at all. Double 15. Oh, doesn't connect. But that was a good look.
Oh, I wish we had a replay. That looked very, very close.
Yeah, he couldn't get much closer without hitting.
As it stands, Stacy Tulloch, 53.
Oh, not what she intended. Still okay, though. It's open out. You just need to hit a single. No reason to go to the madhouse. She didn't trust herself and decided to go up for that dart there and psyched herself out, it seemed. Nightmares for Tolik and Carlton.
Oh, and just inside that time.
Steele wanted to steal it. Doesn't happen. So Carlton now, combined 60, did not freeze either. So very important.
Yeah, a bit of a misstep in how she shot that. Could have gotten a shot at the game and assured the freeze.
Not going to be relevant now, though. This is nerves. This is all nerves for these ladies because they have been showing us some great stuff. And right now, it's just some missteppings right at the finish line potentially. Stacey McDaniel with a shot for 30 for the match and the title. Gets it.
There it is. Your winners, Stacey McDaniel and Jessica Steele. Commiserations to Stacey Tulloch and her partner that just disappeared,
Jennifer Carlton.
Jennifer Carlton. Thank you.
Sorry, I definitely didn't set you up for success there with that switch. I do apologize. But yeah, congratulations to these ladies there getting another title on the board and showing that their doubles team is a force to be reckoned with. So congratulations to those girls there. As T and J, Joel, and Triple D are in the last leg decider and almost done with their last leg decider for the third place. And just as I say it, looks like Joe Cheney and Timmy Bagley do come out on top, 2-1 there. So we're going to be seeing now the final Bugs and Z-Man, T and J going at it on our live board here. So give us a second to get those players over. And we'll be bringing the action here in just a moment. What do you say? Well said. We'll be right back in just a moment, guys. It's finals time, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Wrecking Ball, Aaron Zimmerman, and Alan Bug going up here against Timmy Bagley and Joe Cheney, Chainsaw. Joe making their first appearance on our stream today, which is kind of surprising to say in a pro bracket, but they had an early loss and had to fight back to get here.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say the same thing. Surprised that this is the first time, but they've done the business in that losers bracket, and off and running here. Except we haven't seen them yet. On paper, I would have called them the favorites at the beginning of the day, but can't discount what Alan and Aaron have done at all here.
Yeah, exactly. And I talked with Aaron a little bit out there, and I was like, "Hey, it seems like you guys are on a pretty good tear here." And he's like, "Man, I'm struggling to string it together in the bullpen, but on the matches I've played outside of it, I've been hitting crazy. If I figure out how to do what I'm doing out there and here, it's going to be even more of a game changer," which is crazy to say because he's probably been the most consistent player on our stream today.
Good shot there from Aaron. Timmy and Joe probably very happy to be back to 2 out of 3, or 3 out of 5 rather than 2 out of 3.
Yeah, it makes things less risky as we do to see our second 3 in the bed on the 5s today.
And also, I don't know if we said this exactly, but this is the team that put Timmy and Joe into the losers bracket.
Yeah, in a 3-1 fashion as well. Although it seems like we're getting stronger versions of Joe and Timmy than probably how they were playing at the start of the day, where they definitely seemed like they were shaky because they went 3-1 loss, and then afterwards when they went to the losers there, I mean, it was tiebreaker. Then they beat Gravy Biscuits and Langley and Liggett, and had another tiebreaker against Joel and Triple D. So lots of scares for him in this bracket. Very unfortunate for Timmy at the moment, though. That's 5 for 6 on triple fives. Not the number you want to be smacking. Now, I do find it interesting that Timmy is going first, because other days, I believe Joe was going first, if I'm not mistaken here.
Yeah, I did not. I haven't seen him play other than that, so I just kind of figure Timmy may have been throwing a little bit better at the beginning of the day and made the call. Like I said, I know Joe knows the best player should start. Now, whether or not that turns around in a particular leg or a match, I mean, you can't really account for that all the time. But my guess was coming into this, Timmy's been the more consistent player. Even though he looks from the reaction there that he wants to throw the dartboard.
Yeah, 6 for 9 on triple fives. I mean, he's hitting the same segment consistently. He just needs to do that slight micro adjustment to execute well there. It's very frustrating when something like that's happening. Yeah, this one's going to hurt. Looks like leg number 1 will be a hold more than likely here. Do you want to say I'm not biased in this match, but I did just buy some Joe Cheney flights for my roommate. He asked me to pick him up some. So if that's a sign. It might be.
Well, Aaron not going to do it here, but looks like they've got at least 6 apiece to take this down. Timmy just wants to figure out what's going on with those 5s to be ready for the next leg.
Yep, Allen here just needs to take out 58, or at the very least, just make sure not to bust it here. to make sure Joe Cheney doesn't get a shot. That's perfectly okay there. 68 combined means Joe Cheney cannot take out the 146. All he can do is set up, cross his fingers, hope, and pray. And he does set up. $10 for tops. Takes it. Leg number 1. I'm just
No harm, no foul.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go on a limb here and say this is probably going to be a hold throw type situation throughout, and we're going to see a last leg decider. It's just like you called previously, it's going to come down to the diddle.
Good job there from Timmy finding the treble 20. Not the treble 5.
Yeah, pretty consistent throwing all around here. These guys are definitely starting to heat up a little bit. And the ton and ton plus train continue. Alan Bug up now for his first throw of game number 2. Good marker for him, right underneath that bed. Takes advantage of it on the last one, but second one was a little bit of a slack dart from him. Now,
Yeah, great shot from Aaron, staying within touching distance.
here's my question about Aaron, though. Is his walk-on song Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus as well? Like, it has to be, right?
I don't think you cannot do that if your moniker on the board's going to be Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, I certainly have to agree there.
Yeah, all these guys dialed in. Great shot. Now, parity obviously favors the team going first. So if this continues, we may just have that 5th leg decider.
Yeah, it certainly seems like it's going to be in prime position to do so.
But outside chance here, a couple more big triples from Aaron, and he could be at a finish.
Oh, great last, as you called it, and he did it.
Yeah, so outside chance for Aaron if he gets a shot, because now pressure mounts on Cheney and Allen to duke it out and see if he can keep him unfrozen. It's going to take a big shot.
I was going to say they're combined 221, so Alan Bug really needs to dig deep here. 100 points there means that Timmy just needs to score about 150, a little less. So very doable.
No, we can't do it now.
Nope, cannot. Had to stay true on the 20s.
Here it is for a 2-0 lead, 121.
What a moment this would be. Oh, it isn't going to happen. They need a trip 18 for Bull. Does stay true there.
No freeze was possible, so Cheney with an open shot at 136. Oh, and it's not on. Should hit a big nut. Should go for the triple 16, if anything. decides on the triple 18. Wise decision. Wise decision there from Joe Chaney.
Amazing shot. Now, as Allen has to set himself up, hopes that Timmy and Joe both miss for them to take a 2-0 advantage here.
Look at this.
He did what he needed to do. So Timmy now has to drill in.
Needs to take this out or leave 35 or less in order to freeze. This is a good way to go about it.
Oh, not like that. Not like that. That was well off the bowl. That was not a well-thrown dart to his standard. Not at all. And yeah, that
was 16. There it is. Your king seat holders are up 2-0.
Yeah, he came in like a wrecking ball. You wrecked me. Aaron Zimmerman there. Great shot and great capitalization on the critical error from Timmy Bagley. 2-0 advantage, and this is very interesting. That's not how anybody would have expected a leg like that to go. And Timmy's going to take it on the dartboard here, it seems. Unlucky in the last. Look at this. Aaron Zimmerman really just putting on a show for us right now. I've been saying it all day. He has been just solid, rock solid all the way through. And to do a 180 in a time like this, 2-0 up against what we're going into this, the clear favorites, certainly amazing to see. And now Allen just needs to follow suit and let Aaron do his thing.
Yeah, Chaney and Timmy kind of taking one on the chin here. Need to find their feet. Need to find some big scores if they hope to win a leg. Again, just to mention, this is a qualifying event for the BullShooter Invitational.
Joe Chain trying to just get something going here, but I mean, Aaron's just well in front. As long as Allen just stays consistent and hits that 80 plus around, he'll be fine. He'll be fine because he knows Aaron's just on a tear at the moment. This is incredible stuff. I mean, yes, it's staying solid. Not bugged at all, Allen Bug is. All right, that was a bit of a stretch. Didn't like that one either.
The self-commentary. I love it. And Timmy just painting those wires over and over again. No doubt continuing to get frustrating. You got to assume Aaron is 6 darts away from putting this match away. He finds 2 big triples again.
48.56 point per dart. He is just showing up at the right time. And, I mean, even if Timmy and Joe were playing at their A game, it would still be a handful to handle right now. Allen now no danger of freezing his partner. Just needs to keep doing what he's doing. Another first start trip 20. That's what he's been doing every single time. You can kind of tell the demeanor of Joe and Timmy. They're kind of almost feeling like this one might be over here. And 3 straight. Can Aaron Zimmerman finish it here? Wow. Wow. What a performance. That was an amazing performance there.
Yeah, didn't give an inch for sure. Your qualifiers and your winners, Alan Bugg and Aaron Zimmerman. Commiserations to Joe Cheney and Tim Bagley, who were just unable to get anything going there in that final. So they get plaques, they get some money, but will have to qualify for the Invitational elsewhere.
Exactly. And if you guys are watching along said, you know what, I can do this, I can win one of these events, well, I challenge you to try. Let's look at some of the upcoming regionals. Michigan, October 20th through the 22nd in Kalamazoo. South Carolina, November 3rd through the 5th. And New York, 10th through the 12th will be the next 3 upcoming regionals. So pay attention there. Try to get tickets and come on over to wherever you are from, to wherever you need to go to get to one of those. Coming up next here, men's doubles 501 third place match. Kelly and Ricky will take on the winner of the 4th place match that's currently taking place underway. And then the finals of the men's doubles 501 to conclude our coverage of the Tennessee Regional over here in Franklin, Tennessee. The 38th Regional Tour here. Excited to be bringing you coverage. Gordon Dixon, Nick Teixeira will be back in just a moment's time. Well, here we go. We got our third place match for the non-pro men's doubles 501 event here at the Tennessee Regional. This and the finals is all that's left for our stream today, so I'm excited to see how this bracket's been running and how these teams have been playing. We got the Outsiders playing with Donnie Davis and Tate Davis, and then we have Kelly and Ricky on the other end, Kelly Schoenfeld and Ricky Jackson here. Of course, I'm Nick Teixeira, joined by Gordon Dixon.
Yeah, excited to see this. I was watching the bonus coverage during the intermission until they got in here, and I have to admit the Outsiders won 2-0, but not quite the firepower that I expected to see in full bowl from amateurs. So like right off the bat, I know Kelly's already started off with a hat trick, but kind of expect this to be a rematch in the final of the King Seat match, which would be Kelly and Ricky taking on the people that ended up winning that King Seat, JJ and Barry.
Yeah, that's Jason Johnson and Barry Colston sitting over there. Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see how this one develops here. I mean, the mentality of the non-pro doubles, I mean, obviously everyone wants to play perfect and hit L3, but the realistic expectation if you want to do well is 2 bulls around. You need to hit 2 bulls consistently. No fanfare, nothing crazy. Occasionally you'll have to change it up and shoot something else, but 2 bulls around will get you consistently to a finish in these formats.
Yeah, 100%. Two bulls around minimum, which doesn't leave you for a lot of room for error. But at the upper echelon of the amateur game, that's exactly where you need to be. And this is just what I saw a lot of in that other loser takes fourth match. Just some wayward darts. Not that they couldn't fill up the bull, but just not on the consistency that I would have expected to see for somebody that's going to continue. And Kelly, I thought he was going to set up a finish there. Only 56. So little daylight, but the Davis is going to need to start piling them in here.
You can kind of see that switch off the bull struggle over to the 20s, trying to get himself redialed in. Ricky Jackson, if I'm not mistaken, did win first mixed trips with Joel and Jessica Steele. Took me a second there. Definitely been one of the cool things about doing this and working different live streams and then being here for my first ever BullShooter for the streaming end of it, not for playing end, is the different people that you see on this tour. Excuse me. There's a lot of top tier shots, a lot of top tier talents, and so many different players that I haven't had a chance to see in person. I even went up to Joe Cheney and was like, "Hey, my roommate's a big fan. Can I take a picture?" He's like, he literally just looked and said, "Why?" I got second, and then laughed and took a picture. So funny stuff there. Funny stuff.
It is open out in the amateur division, so 160. Surprised to see him shoot it that way. Yeah, should have started on the bulls and then got a whack at the end, but no harm, no foul. This is looking like one-way traffic here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And people have to remember when you're talking a bull format, you always go bull first unless it's a single then a bull needed, right? So otherwise, I mean, you're setting yourself up for situations where you might not have the cleanest look on your next go, and you always want to try to set yourself up kindly because you're your own partner when it's your own scoreline. And look at that. Kelly does find it, though. 101 finish, 33.4 points per dart. Almost right away, too quick from the door. They're like, hey, we got another game here. And so they're going to set it up, and we're going to get going.
Yeah, I think Kelly's much more in tune with the steel tip side of the game. So remembering to reset the board probably doesn't come naturally to him.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what Kelly's able to do here. Does have a very interesting stance, especially with his other arm being so close to his hand there, trying to maybe make less distance between grabbing the dart and throwing it, I guess. A very interesting stance for sure.
I've seen lots of people. Well, I shouldn't say lots. I mean, a noticeable amount of people that hold the dart um, up there, and I have no idea why. It's just the reason or the way they got comfortable throwing the dart. And Kelly's a tall guy, so he's using that height advantage, leaning over, getting a lot of cutting down the distance that he needs to throw that dart accurately.
Pretty lax turns here from the outsiders, not looking like in full force. I will say when Tate Davis comes back around, I think probably out of all of them, he is probably my favorite form on this match. Just unfortunately not connecting for him, but the fundamentals are definitely there. I'm showing why they got to this distance in this 2014 bracket. So he just lines up, stands up straight to the eye line, and pushes right on through there. Oh, look at this tugboat finding it. Doesn't connect on the last, but still gets him out in front again, keeping that two bull around mentality here. Whereas my partner that I play with in a lot of tournaments, Jim Nolte, says, two bull around, get the money.
If it were only that easy.
Yeah, that's what I try to tell him. Lax turn from Kelly, though, gives a huge opportunity back over, potentially. That's a round of shots there.
Look at that. That's a beer round right there.
Yeah, exactly. But it's up to Tate to capitalize. If he doesn't hit at least two bulls here, I mean, there's still good risk of freeze.
Yeah, Tate just continues to paint the wires on that bullseye. Has taken some stabs up there at the 20, but just not able to get anything going here. And Ricky's finding a stride here in this second leg that may pay dividends. He's the first to the finish, and it doesn't look like Tate and the dart bully can do anything to prevent a shot.
Yeah, definitely not going to be able to prevent it. It's on Kelly and Tate now to make sure their partners will get shots at the out, though.
Yeah, two bull turn from Kelly. Puts him in a really good spot. Tate needs to follow suit here.
No freeze, so we can go right at it if he wants. See his approach here. Goes that 19 now for Bolt to trip 20. Oh, got haywire. That's hanging over the bull. He looks like, yeah, he's just going to try to stay around to bring down for the freeze. There was also an argument for him to maybe move off it, but he was able to adjust well to the situation there. Dart bully will get a shot, though.
Yeah, that's ill-advised the way Ricky went out that. Single 13. Oh, and he drops it low.
You have to take your time, especially with that big single. I know he was playing with his momentum there, but you hit the two hard ones. You got to take your time.
Yeah, he thought he was going to just chuck that right in there. So we'll see if he's able to get another shot.
And this is risky, though, because
Looks
now
like
Kelly can
Kelly-
freeze. Kelly might freeze his partner out because Tate now has a really good opportunity to set it up. Oh, this is going to hurt. Does enough.
Yeah, if the freeze is there, the 59 can't be finished.
Bull to leave two. Or you can even go double 20 and leave one. You just need to make sure to bring it down now. Goes for trip 13. That's also a good option.
And here we go, fat 7 to tie this up, take us to a decider.
And that was definitely a scare for the Davis duo.
And the dart bully drills it. So I said I thought Kelly and Ricky were going to be a little bit more consistent, but has not been the case. So we're going to a decider, and you have to give the advantage to the Davises.
Yeah, you certainly do. And you know, not to bully or harp or anything, but Kelly knows that was on him for that last leg. Ricky did what he needed to do for the most part, and it's going to be about how they come off a tough loss like that in leg number 2 to show how this one will finish out for them. What a course correction there. Good shot from Kelly, finding the 150.
Yeah, taking his time, coming back after a poor leg.
Tate definitely rushed those second 2 darts after the first one drilled the double. You can kind of tell he dragged his arm over on the second. The third one he kind of just threw in frustration.
Yeah, if he's going to throw that fast, he might as well throw with both hands.
Well, Mr. Darbull, your shirt says I'd smoke that. You going to smoke the bull or not? Let's see what happens. Looks like he might. Oh, falls low in the last.
Really needed to fill that up with the pressure that Kelly put on in his first turn. Because if Kelly stays hot, we're going to have a repeat of the first leg.
It looks like he stayed hot. Sneaks it in and underneath there. That was a well-thrown last start.
Yeah, I have a feeling that just banged into the first 2, registered and dipped out.
But that's what, if you're going to force a dart like that, he has a hard enough throw where he can drill it like that and get rewarded for that behavior.
Nice low ton to keep the pressure on Ricky.
Great last start there from Ricky Tiki Tugboat. Needs to leave it out here. He's going the bull was not going to leave one there. So now Kelly can set himself up, and if he keeps up this game, it might be a nice one he's going to leave himself with.
Look at him on the 10 darter in the deciding leg to go to the final.
and just showing true resilience there after what was let's be honest, a terrible last leg for him. Now all of a sudden he's coming back in full force. He's putting the pressure on everybody on this dartboard right now, and he's just way out in front of the rest of the pack. And now all Ricky has to do is make sure that Kelly gets to shoot at that 51. And Kelly will guarantee to have a shot now.
Job done. Job done.
The Davises can just hope and pray that the 10 darter does not sink here if they want to go to the finals.
Well, at this point, quite a few stars would have to align.
That's the first star.
Big high cone.
That's the first of the constellation. He is human. We found out.
11 darters still on the cards. Trip 14. Oh, and he buries it. I don't think he knew the shot, but he buries the double 18.
Yeah, a bit of an interesting approach for the second and third dart there, but hey, it got there nonetheless. Kelly will take it out and go on to the finals here for the non-pro. JJ and Barry, Kelly and Ricky taking it on here, and they're going to take some photos, so we're going to take a look at that, and then it'll be time for one more match here. I mean, Gordon, this whole weekend's really been incredible here, and it's been so much fun bringing the coverage of this event and all the other ones that we've been running.
Yeah, no, I've enjoyed seeing some old friends. I used to live in Tennessee, so seeing some friends, even if they haven't made it on the feed, shooting them a message as I watch them walk across the camera. So excited to see this finale to wrap up coverage. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. First time you and I chatting about the games. Thought it's been very good.
Yeah, it's been a great time for sure, and we got one more to do here. Of course, if you guys want to stay informed on other tournaments we have coming up, go over to bullshooter.com/tournaments, and you'll be able to find out up-to-date and past, present information for all the events we run from the previous tours, this current one, and any future information that we do put out there. bullshooter.com/tournaments. We're going to let these guys warm up real quick, and then we'll be right to the finals here. Nick Teixeira, Gordon Dixon, be back in just a moment. Well, blink and you miss it. These guys are raring to go here. Nick Teixeira joined by Gordon Dixon in the background as well. It's finals time, ladies and gentlemen. We are excited to be bringing you coverage here as these guys really did waste zero time. I didn't even go out there. I kind of like looked around, started chit-chatting, and I looked back, and they were already going. So this is exciting. JJ and Barry, Kelly and Ricky, JJ and Barry did beat out Kelly and Ricky 2-1 in the seat. So we'll see how it plays out from here.
Yeah, excited to see if the king seat holders can keep it rolling.
Absolutely excited to see it for sure. Barry Colson up to the Aki now. Yeah, a little bit of a struggle. I mean, JJ and Barry, I mean, they didn't have a terribly long sit because of how quick it moved, but they had a little while, so we'll see if they're able to kind of come in full form here. And Kelly coming off a 12 darter. We'll see if he can keep up that momentum he had, because that was certainly some excellence from him at the right time.
Oh. Yeah, it's all about consistency here. I can't imagine that Kelly's not going to be the only one on a 10 darter throughout this final.
All I can think about when you were saying that is look at Ricky's sick dance moves. That was awesome. Leonard Gates is going to have a run for his money if Ricky keeps dancing like that.
I doubt he even knew it was a competition.
It certainly is. Everything's a competition here, especially on the live stream. Let's see. I mean, pretty consistent showing from all the players. JJ out in front just by a smidge, but because he has to break the throw, Kelly and Ricky still in control at the moment. Opted to stay on the bowl rather than going to that trip 19 to leave the 180 out here. Means if JJ can leave a nice out, it might hurt. Sets up a 154, not a gimme, but also in fat bull format and open outs. Not a hard one either per se. 2 bulls on trip 18 on his next go is what he's going to be looking for.
Can Ricky find some bulls?
Yeah, he uses the force to get it in there. I can't get over how cool his Star Wars jersey looks.
And Barry piles them in. And now 177 is a finish.
Yeah, you almost have to imagine if this 154 or the 177 goes, if Kelly's going to be kicking himself for not leaving himself on a finish last go around. But of course, there's a lot of shoulda and couldas. We'll see what actually happens. Oh, yeah, he even knows immediately through that dart he wasn't happy with it. Switches to, no, he stays on the bull playing around the freeze. 78 leave there. Ricky Jackson needs to hit a good round here, at least the bull, preferably 2 or 3. Or 4 if he borrows the dart.
Yeah, can't freeze, but the more he puts in, the more pressure is going to be on Barry, who I can't imagine won't take a stab at it. And I think that was a mistake.
It looks like he went trip 20 for that first dart, and I'm not sure exactly why he would consider doing that there.
Yeah, no, the 30-point difference between the bull and the 20, I didn't do the math fast enough. I don't know if it assured anything, but in that spot, I would not have messed around with it. And that's exactly what Barry's doing here. Yeah, bring it down, freeze the 86, give your partner a clear shot at it.
Exactly. I would be less worried about trying to freeze JJ or Barry and be more worried about freezing out Kelly, which is what happened, and exactly what you were saying there. Now Kelly with 86, all he can do is set up as much as he can, or excuse me, get low as much as he can, and then the 146 will be the look for Ricky if he gets a shot.
Should be bold, double 17. Yeah. Something along those lines.
Something along there. It depends on what low number they prefer to set up on. But I would say I agree with you there. That's what I would shoot. Well, that's what I'd attempt to shoot. Then I'd hit the double 2.
Got it down to 11. So assures that Ricky's going to have a shot at the 146.
Unless JJ has something to say about it.
Fat 19 after the miss. And there it is. So open out, gets him home.
Yeah, break a throw for JJ and Barry there. 1-0 advantage in your King Seat holders match here. So, I mean, that puts him at match point for the whole tournament now. It is just 2 out of 3 here, folks.
Yeah, brutal format, flip and go, open bowl, open out. You're looking at 4 men that have really battled through a pretty grueling format, and you got to be on your game. You can't have many off legs in this kind of format.
No, in my opinion, yeah, you're going against higher pool of talent in the pros, but that format is at least more indicative to let you find your stride and have a chance. It's tough here. I mean, this is truly a tough format to play, and also makes it so you have to really work and find some magic if you want to get relegated up to the pro division, you know? I like it. Make them have to work a little bit.
Bit of a slack start for Kelly. He's going to want to rectify that as quickly as possible.
And he does, but after a very, very weak single 3. And I say that again, out of testament because of the fact that he has shown us his upper ceiling is really strong. Hat trick from JJ puts a lot of pressure on this. I mean, that's some good timing, and that's what we've been seeing in these finals. It's all about timing those couple key legs. You don't have to throw a perfect game every single game, although ideally you would want to. It's just about finding that timing, and Tugboat does it right back.
Barry whips a couple bulls in there himself. So we've got parity between the first and fourth player and the second and third player.
It's funny how things like that can flip-flop real quick.
So what kind of finish can JJ leave here? 150 leaves 97.
That seems to be what he's trying to do.
Oh, a little jumpy on the last one. And 146 means he will have to come off the bull on his second dart.
And got away from him on Ricky's end as well. So 135, 146. Neither of those are gimme shots. So it's up to Barry and Kelly now to see what they can do. Barry needs to catch back up to Kelly here, make sure there's no freeze and play. And he will, and get a little extra credit. 165. Great shot there for Barry to turn it on.
And again, Barry Lucky leaves a finish with a solid 150. So all he had to do was stay straight and pulls it off. Good shot there from Kelly, but was never going to be enough to freeze. So 146.
It's the easy one. Now needs to find one of the trips. Went for that trip 20 double 18 route.
Back to the bull. Oh, and he's outside. See if that will come into play.
Yeah, a bit of a lazy dart, but since his score is lower than Kelly's, if Ricky doesn't take it, Barry will at least get a shot. But might be hard to freeze now.
Yeah, a lot riding on Ricky's shot here. 57 for 28, 45 for double top.
Double top, it seems. Oh, can't tug it in.
Oh, and it doesn't register either. So little room to work here for a freeze, a 150.
Well, they can't freeze up
Barry's
Kelly.
going to talk it over. He can't freeze, but he needs to set up to where potentially the 66 from JJ won't have any pressure. He'll be able to potentially freeze Ricky, depending on if he comes down. But he's got to take a shot at this. He's got to go for the finish.
Correct. He needs to throw one dart for it. If it doesn't connect, then he needs to focus on bringing it down. Yeah, now you bring it down. He's debating the best way mathematically to do that, because if he goes bull, he definitely cannot freeze Ricky. Oh, now he definitely is going to freeze JJ at this point. They're combined to 133 on the other side. Even if 93 doesn't go, basically just need 10 points here.
Yeah, just can't bust.
Doesn't go quite yet, but 66 can only get brought down to as low as 1 if he so decides. And then he has to hope Ricky then misses an open out and then goes back to Barry to take out 125. A lot of bigs, if, ands, or buts.
He's completely botched this setup.
Yeah, that was not pretty.
Yeah, absolutely should not have shot it that way. Needed to start on the bullseye, bring it down, and go from there to set up the finish. But it's all moot as Ricky finds the double top and sends us to a decider. This is the exact score line. The last time these two met, it went 1-1, and Barry and JJ won the decider in the king seat match. Can they do it again?
I'm going to say no. I had to wait for the deal there to make my decision. I cheated a little bit, huh?
Well, you definitely have to favor Kelly and Ricky, but to be completely honest, the firepower has been on with JJ. So if he doesn't get frozen, I don't know if we're in the spot that we're in. So for me, it all comes down to that. But we've seen 12 darters from Kelly in that first position, and he's well on the way straight away.
Yeah, you put Kelly in the last leg decider, he tends to just show up as what we're seeing so far. Oh, JJ chasing close behind.
Yeah, fills it up. Great shot. Both the captains starting with 150 in the deciding leg.
Now,
Hard to see it.
Barring anything happening with Ricky and Barry, assuming that they say similar in scores, there is an argument if Kelly hits strong for JJ to go for the 180 to set up a 9. If Kelly stays true.
Absolutely.
I don't think in in the fat ball format. I think a lot of players are kind of, especially in the non-pro level, kind of scared to shoot it like that. But I mean, it's simply just a game of math at that point, you know?
Yeah, for me, it does come down to what Kelly does here on whether or not JJ would try for that. And honestly, after the follow-up shot from Barry, they're going to need to go out pretty quickly here.
Yeah, I think he has
Don't know if that's enough, though.
It's questionable.
Shoot the 150, leave 201, and let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah, I mean, I think in this situation there wasn't really a correct option because Kelly did miss his last start there, but Barry will need to hit a big go on his next go around here because you're just playing with fire. Kelly more than likely will have an out and be able to shoot it first now.
Well, he's left it open. If Barry just goes 150, which isn't out of the realm of possibility, he's well below Ricky, and all is right in the world. It goes back to those top two players.
Keeps it within range.
Yep, wasn't 150, but brings back parity between the two B players.
So now it's a question of Kelly and JJ. Who's setting themselves up first?
Really poor first two darts.
Oh,
doesn't even leave a finish. So advantage JJ and Barry right now.
A massive advantage, in my opinion, if they're able to capitalize properly.
Look at that. 150 right when needed. You see Barry's reaction. Namaste.
Ricky needs to leave the 154. He will leave the 154. Great answer, giving a backdoor opportunity, but that's exactly a backdoor opportunity.
Well, now Barry's got to be careful. .210. So 56 is the number. So a hat trick will freeze here. Needs two treble 20s. Kelly doesn't know the shot.
Yeah, you have to play for the freeze there. JJ on a 44.78 point per dart, 98 needed. Bull trip 16, nice and simple shot. Yeah, he's going right for it. For the match.
Oh, gives him a miss on the third. So still some twists and turns that may happen here, because this 154 is live, and this is a good finish in this format. Bull trip 18.
There's the first. Oh, not quite. A very frustrating moment. He's so upset right now. It honestly was a pretty well thrown dart, all things considered. And that last one, though, was pure frustration. Barry needs to rise to the occasion to give JJ a good chance here.
Yeah, now he needs a hat trick to freeze.
He's not going to freeze, but he also had guaranteed now that JJ can't get frozen.
Oh, no, he doesn't. Sorry. I was looking at it the other way around. So now Kelly with the 140, also a pretty straightforward finish in here.
Absolutely straightforward finish. Oh, he's going to get a look. Double top to save it.
Oh, and it registers a miss. Oh, that looked good to me. That looks good to me.
It was right there. It was right on it. 216s. Needs to stay true. Throws it, and that is the match, the game, and the set. JJ and Barry win over Kelly and Ricky 2-1 and are now your champions. Congratulations to those guys.
Yeah, great finish to the day. The king seat holders hang on, same fashion that they won in the king seat match. I really thought Kelly put a good dart on that double top. Didn't register the 40, so commiserations to them, but congratulations to Barry and his partner for coming out on top.
Yeah, absolutely. Good showing all around there. And honestly, I mean, that was a great performance for everybody. Barry and JJ played like champs all the way through. And never say die mentality for the other team here. It's exactly what you want to see, in a good note and a good vibes to finish everything off. But guys, don't forget, there is still a whole regional tour underway here next weekend, Michigan, Kalamazoo, October 20th to the 22nd there. I'll be in person over there, and I believe I'll be with DJ the most of the weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I've got another event that I'll be covering, and plus it's Michigan. So as an Ohioan, I try to stay away as best I can from the state up north.
As a fellow Buckeye, I agree. It's actually my first foray into there, so we'll see how it goes. And of course, after that, South Carolina, November 3rd through the 5th, which is the only one I'll be missing, unfortunately. And New York, November 10th through the 12th, coming up here. It's been such a pleasure to bring you coverage. Of course, I appreciate everyone that was here Friday night being very patient with me, learning all the buttons, breaking the internet, and everything else in between. Of course, shout out to Gordon and DJ for being great co-commentators and make me feel welcomed. And LJ, thank you for whatever you do.
Have a great weekend, guys. I'll see you again in a couple of weeks.
Have a good one, everybody. Drive safe, be safe, throw some darts, and hit some bowls. Have a good one.